We are living in an age obsessed with noise. Noise of pressure, noise of competition, noise of endless struggle. Everywhere you look, the world keeps whispering the same command. Hustle harder, grind longer, force your way upward. We've been conditioned to believe that exhaustion equals ambition, that if you're not drained, you're not worthy, that success is a peak you must claw toward with sheer force. But what if the greatest minds in history understood something we've forgotten? What if the life you're trying to build doesn't come from pushing harder, but from becoming different inside? The Stoics were not escape artists. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire. He commanded armies. He carried the weight of millions. Yet in his private writings, he left behind 4 quiet words. Confine yourself to the present. He understood something most people never learn. The harder you resist life's current, the further your goals drift away. Think about sand in your hand. Squeeze it tightly, and it slips away. Hold it gently, and it stays. Real manifestation isn't magic. It isn't wishing. It isn't fantasy. It's magnetism. It's becoming the kind of person opportunities cannot ignore. Look at water. Soft, silent, flexible. Yet over time, it carves through mountains. Water doesn't fight the rock. It moves around it, above it, through it, and eventually, it wins. That is effortless power. Today, I'm going to walk you through 10 Stoic rules that will help you stop chasing and start attracting. These principles will dissolve the invisible tension blocking your path, and by the end, you'll understand how to enter a state where success flows naturally from who you are. But before we begin, take a moment. Hit that like button, not for the algorithm, but as a signal to yourself that you're ready to change. And if you want to anchor this mindset deeper, write this in the comments. When I relax, life moves toward me. If these ideas resonate, consider subscribing, because this isn't just content, it's a movement toward inner power. And don't skip ahead, because the 10th rule ties everything together. Let's begin. Rule 1. The power of detached desire. There is a strange paradox in human nature. The more desperately you want something, the more it avoids you. Desperation has an energy. People feel it. Life feels it. It signals lack. Fear, incompleteness, and lack creates resistance. The Stoics called this preferred indifference. Epictetus, once a slave who became a master teacher, said, "Wealth is not having more, but needing less." This doesn't mean you stop wanting success, love, or growth. It means you stop depending on them for peace. Imagine walking into a room hoping everyone likes you. You become stiff, needy, unnatural. But if you walk in thinking, "I'd like to be liked, but I'm whole either way," you radiate confidence. This is how you approach life. Not, "I must have this," but, "I would welcome it." When you release the need, you release the pressure, and suddenly, things start moving toward you. You stop being hungry energy. You become grounded presence. Rule 2. Anchor yourself in now. Most people live in 2 imaginary places. Yesterday and tomorrow. They replay regrets or rehearse fears. And because their mind is scattered, their power is scattered. The Stoics knew something simple but profound. Your power only exists in the present. If you're not here, you're not available for life. Seneca wrote, "True happiness is enjoying the present without anxious dependence on the future." Think of your attention like sunlight through a lens. If it keeps shifting, nothing happens. But focus it steadily, and it creates fire. Presence is rare, and rare things are powerful. A present person produces excellence, builds deeper relationships, moves with clarity. Life isn't waiting to begin someday. It's unfolding now, in how you speak, how you work, how you breathe. Stop living in the waiting room of your own existence. Step into today. Rule 3. Turn obstacles. Into fuel modern culture sells a dangerous illusion that a good life means no problems. So when pain arrives, rejection, loss, failure, people collapse. But Stoicism flips this idea completely. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle becomes the way. What blocks you, builds you." Think of fire again. A weak flame dies in the wind. A strong one grows. The difference isn't the wind, it's the fire. Become the fire. Every rejection refines you. Every setback strengthens you. Ask yourself, how can this serve me? The moment you stop resisting difficulty, it starts working for you. You stop being a victim of circumstances. You become forged by them. Rule 4. Reclaim inner authority. How often do you give away your peace? To traffic, to opinions, to headlines, to strangers online. The Stoics believe true power begins the moment you reclaim your inner throne. Epictetus taught, you can't control events, only your interpretation. If your mood depends on outcomes, you are controlled. If your peace depends on approval, you are owned. But when you decide your inner state is yours alone, you become unshakable. Calm becomes your advantage. Clarity becomes your edge. And the world begins to respect what cannot be disturbed. Rule 5. Strategic stillness. In a world addicted to motion, stillness looks like weakness. But motion isn't progress. A rocking chair moves constantly and goes nowhere. The Stoics practiced intentional pause, not laziness, wisdom, knowing when to act and when to wait. Sometimes clarity only comes when you stop stirring the water. If you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every hour to check growth. You nourish it. Then, trust time. Most people mistake anxiety for productivity. They move fast because they're afraid. But rushed action creates regret. Stillness creates precision. When you slow down, intuition gets louder, and inspired action replaces desperate movement. Rule 6. Gratitude is a magnet. Most people use gratitude as a reaction. They say thank you after receiving. But Stoics used it as a frequency, before outcomes. Gratitude signals abundance. Complaining signals scarcity. And life reflects what you broadcast. When you're grateful, your mind shifts. It begins scanning for more blessings. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, to breathe is a privilege. To think is a gift. To love is a miracle. Start every morning naming 3 things. Small ones count. Warm sunlight, a second chance, a quiet cup of tea. Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into powerful signals, and life responds. Rule 7. Emotional sovereignty. We think emotions happen to us. I'm angry because of them. I'm broken because of this. But Stoics understood. Emotion follows interpretation. If you want a powerful life, you must own your inner climate. When strong feelings rise, don't suppress them. Observe them. Ask, what story am I telling myself? Change the story, and the emotion shifts. Master your emotions, and you master your energy. And energy shapes reality. Stop leaking power into drama. Channel it into purpose. Rule 8. The philosophy of enough. Here's a paradox most never understand. You attract more when you feel complete now. The energy of enough removes desperation, and without desperation, magnetism begins. Seneca, though wealthy, would sometimes live simply on purpose. Plain food, simple clothes. Why? To prove happiness wasn't dependent on luxury. This made him fearless. When you're not afraid of losing and not desperate for gaining, you become powerful. You speak boldly, act freely, risk wisely. You attract abundance because you no longer chase it. You embody it. Rule 9. Courage to be real. You cannot manifest a life that isn't yours. Many people chase dreams handed to them by society. Titles, status, approval. But borrowed dreams create internal friction, and friction slows destiny. Marcus Aurelius warned against comparing paths. Your truth lives within. When you pretend, life feels heavy. When you align with yourself, resistance disappears. Authenticity removes the brake, and suddenly, momentum returns. The right people find you. The right doors open. Because authenticity accelerates reality. Stop fitting in. You were built to stand apart. Rule 10. Trust the timing. This is the rule that completes everything. Trust timing. The Stoics called it amor fati, love of fate. We want everything instantly. Success now. Answers now. Results yesterday. But life sees further than we do. Delays are often preparation. If a child receives a crown too early, it destroys them. Character must match opportunity. If something hasn't arrived yet, it may be shaping you first. Trust that. Trust that life isn't denying you. It's developing you. And trust creates calm. Calm creates clarity. Clarity creates magnetism. When you trust timing, anxiety dissolves, and flow begins. You now hold 10 timeless principles used by emperors, philosophers, warriors of the mind. But remember this truth: wisdom without action is entertainment. If you leave this video and return to old habits, nothing changes. The Stoics didn't rely on wishes. They built character. Because they knew, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. So here's your challenge. Pick one rule, just one. Apply it for the next 24 hours. Watch how people respond to your calm. Watch how life shifts when urgency disappears. Your path isn't far away. It's already unfolding if you stay disciplined and aligned. If this message gave you value, support it with a like. Because this isn't just content. It's a call to wake up. Share it with someone who feels lost in the noise. And now I want to hear from you. What are you ready to attract? Peace, purpose, power. Write it down. Because when you declare a vision, you begin becoming it. And if this message resonated, comment one final time. I relax. I trust. I receive. Subscribe. Stay present. and keep building silent strength. You are not alone on this path. Stay grounded. Stay sovereign.